I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Houston Texans and the Toronto Mounties. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Toronto Mounties. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we look at this Toronto Ball Club as they interplay here. They've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
54. 53, 53. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll run on first down. Sampson. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown.
And I know that last week's game is over, but this feels almost like a continuation of what he did in the previous game. It's almost as if in his mind, he knitted together the 2 weeks with no break. He's off to a nice start here.
Here we go, D, get up the field.
On first down, Parker, and his throw's going to be incomplete. A look there at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So here is the home side to take over on offense.
So don't say nothing. Check.
On first down, Grimes, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
On second down now, Grimes. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
They'll run on first down. Grimes. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down. Hanson. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing the ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. On first down, Sampson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. So first and 10 now from the 30. A good pickup of 6 there on first down. He gets it to Matthews, complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. Looking to throw. Parker. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, Look, I know defensive backs. They have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. You got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake. Hansen. Wide open receiver complete. 23 yards the pickup there. They'll run on first down. Browns. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal. Second and 1. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Third down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And his guys have taken the lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on third and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe the sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Go! Let's go!
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Now Parker to throw on second down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Back to throw. Parker. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Fielded at the 20. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here's the home side to take over on offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? He said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. With the carry, it's Grimes. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. On 3rd down, Grimes. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They run the counter. Sampson.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Parker, operating from the gun. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. Well, Charles, looked like that had to be a mix-up there defensively.
You always question that type of confusion. They actually lost him in the middle of the field, gave him all sorts of room to run, and he took big-time advantage of it. That's an error you just can't make on the defensive side of the ball.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. To throw is Parker. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And this is caught at the 8. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here is the home side to take over on offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. The dump-off gets them only 1, and now you're looking at a 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And his guys have once again taken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And the lead is now 14-10. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. The Texans on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Parker. And Matthews makes the grab. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
On 1st and 10, Hansen over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Back to throw. Hansen. Here's Booker on the catch. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. Throwing on first down. Hanson, and he's got Booker. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Tight ends on the loosey. Tight ends on the loosey. Tight ends on the loosey.
Second and 2. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. That's good for 28 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Second and 5. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Looking to throw. Hanson. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Point after, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome into our EA Sports Halftime Report. A busy final day of the regular season, so let's get to it. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, and it's the Titans with the lead in the second quarter of play. The Titans looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, let's head to New Jersey. The Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. The Saints in that win and hope mode. A victory gets them to 8-7. And from there, well, we'll have to see how things shake out. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at...
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here is the home side to take over on offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Grimes. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the gun on 3rd down, Hansen. And that is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know, at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Parker from the gun, he'll throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Parker now, off play action. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now Parker, off the play fake. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Well, every now and then you just absolutely outguess yourself. 3rd and inches, and they decide not to run the ball. You end up seeing the end result.
The end result was not good. They elect to pass, and it backfires. And this one is right down Broadway. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here's the home side to take over on offense. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
On first down, Grimes. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
60 Pittsburgh.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 29-yard line.
Again, they'll run it with Grimes. Fighting down past the 45. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 34.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Hansen. Throwing right, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. His throw caught right around the 6. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Give him 30 yards there.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there.
8-3. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And a 9-yard run on the end of it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Operating from the gun. Parker firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Parker. He finds his target. It's Matthews. 70th catch for him on the year. And like so many others, this goes for a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Come on,
Here's Parker. Off play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw. Parker. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Parker, operating from the gun. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. They'll run on 1st down. Grimes. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Grimes. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it. The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands.
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. In for the score. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Extra point attempt to come here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Parker from the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Parker now. Throwing on 4th down. Going to throw deep for the end. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Texans get a bit closer. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He is north of 200 yards. Any time that you can say you're north of 200 yards, you've done something right.
Yeah, you're going to get some big check marks on your grade sheet, and you're going to be in heavy rotation on all the highlight shows, and you might even make a magazine cover or 2.
He's hoping for more, the cherry on top maybe, as this game goes forward. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Grimes able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
Watch the run.
Now Parker on 1st and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Palmer. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's a 2nd and 7. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Parker. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds back near their own 20. So here is the home side to take over on offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
On 1st down, Grimes. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
60 Pittsburgh.
He was tackled at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 8.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds Matthews. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Grimes. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads. Bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Hansen. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Hansen. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 23. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the...
Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Let's go, let's go!
Right back to him on first down. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. On third down, Grimes. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Check safety, check safety.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 8-yard line.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the home team here, they'll wind up picking up win number 14 on the year. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Houston, this loss will be the capper to a dismal 4-12 campaign. And with some high picks coming in this spring's draft, it's a team for whom a roster overhaul may be on the way. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.